Hello everyone. Uh, Today I'm gonna be showing y'all how I build my drift cars in Forza Horizon 5. I'm gonna do three different cars: a front engine, a mid engine, and a rear engine car. For the most part, I build them all the same, but I would still like to show all three engine types. So starting off, we got the rear engine with the Porsche 911 GT2. Usually, if there's a body kit, I'll always go for the body kit. Real rear wheel drive only. And then I usually just go with whatever engine I feel like using. Usually whichever one I like to sound better. Tire compound, I always go snow tire. 235 is big enough for the front. Let's go to 325s on the rear. Of course, rims are personal preferences. Mm, let's go with those 19s. I usually always go 19s if possible. Six-speed transmission. Drift diff. Max the brakes. Of course, drift suspension. Usually just max everything. And then I usually save the exhaust for last, because sometimes upgrading the exhaust makes it sound a lot worse. Let's see how this one sounds. I personally like the exhaust upgrade, I think. Yeah, I like the exhaust upgrade on this engine. This comes the fun part. Tire pressure usually around 27, 28, 32, 33 for the front. Gearing 420. And then 2 for front. 110. 1. 0.90. 0.80. 0.70. Remember, this is just a base setup. I usually adjust it by 10s or 5s. Second gear down to keep the wheels spinning, and I like second gear and third gear drifting. Fourth gear if I want to go, if I'm on more of a straight. But this is just a base base for gearings. Alignment. If you have drift suspension on, and it comes with 5, -5, -1.5, that's perfectly fine. Usually put 2 out and 1.5 in for rear, 2 out for front, 1.5 in for rear. Front, the angle should always be 7 for anti-roll bars. Just slightly softer. Springs, soft, completely soft. Ride height, completely lowered. Dampening is where a lot of the tuning is gonna change between the cars. For rear real rear engine drive cars, I like to go 4, 5 with 2, 3. Usually around there. Sometimes I go 4, 2, 4, 8, 2, 2, 2, 8. Just somewhere along those lines. Bump stiffness, I always usually half it of whatever my rebound stiffness is. Uh, Arrow, keep the same. Brake, rear 0%. In real life, this would be front, like you would want it at the front, like this would be like this. But in this game, it's reversed, so keep it to the rear. And then usually around 30 for uh, braking force, brake pressure. Diff, lock it, 100%. Wielded diff, basically. I'll give you a little. That's a little preview. Engine sound. Yep, you see, gearing's too long. Car gets sideways because the gearings are so long. It's basically the Porsche. I think the gearings might be a little bit too long, so we'll probably shorten them up after a couple more tries. Let's move on to a mid-engine car. For the mid-engine car, I'm gonna go with the C8. Personally, I don't like how C8s look unless it has the Street Hunter body kit. This body kit makes it look a lot better. I hate base C8, but the Street Hunter body kit makes it look a lot better. Engine, you keep the base engine. Go with the 7-liter V8, the racing 7-liter and .2-liter V8. I like to keep a V8 in Chevys and Dodges and Fords for the most part. So I'll go to 7-liter. Make sure it's rear wheel drive, supercharged, wings. I personally don't want a wing. No tire like always. 245s is big enough. Let's go 325s on the back. Of course, like earlier, rims are what you prefer. To me, there's very few good rim choices in this game. I try not to use the same rim for every car, but it's really hard. It's how very few good choices there are. Let's go with those 19s if possible. If the rear can't get 19s, I just go 20 all around. Six-speed engine. 6-speed transmission. My fault. brakes, drift suspension. Just upgrade everything else. Engine, max everything except the exhaust. Gonna go back to that in a second. You see how much that sounds a lot worse than this. It sounds like something's ready to eat you alive. This is just whiny bitch. Alright, tuning. Of course, tire pressure. 27, 22, 32 for front. 27 for rear. Gearing is about the same for 20. 2. 110. Alignment 2 out in the front, 1.5 in on the rear. Right, soften them all the way. Soften. Here we go with dampening again for mid-engine cars. 4.3 to 4.4 for front, and then 4.6 to 4.7 in the back. And up front, adjust it. 2.3, 2.7. Arrow can stay the same. Rear braking like 30%, and then locked. Most of my tunes, you'll be able to do this standing burnout. With this one, I would probably try to make the for this car, I would probably try to put make the gearing a little bit longer. They seem kind of short. Yeah, fucked up right there. But yeah, but this one, like the Porsche, the gearing seem kind of short, so I'll probably lower the gearings, make them longer. And for last but not least, front engine cars. For this, I'll be doing a M6 Coupe, BMW. Of course, start with the back. Stock engine. Put a V10. 2J. I like to keep the stock engine if I can. I like how the stock engine sounds. Don't be afraid to put the 2J in. Arguably my favorite engine of all time. There's no tire. Can't change the tire width on this one. So you're stuck with whatever tire width comes on. Which, you're usually pretty good. Sorry about the cough, got bronchitis. 20 since I can't go 19. Track width all the way up. Always do that. 6-speed transmission, drift diff. Looks like it's got max brakes already. Just max everything but the exhaust. We'll go back to that. You can't tell me that doesn't sound good, especially you hear those the turbos. It just I don't like the higher pitch. I just not sound good. So no exhaust. Keep the stock exhaust. Tuning. About 27, 32, front, 420, 2, 1.10, 1.90, 0.80, 0.70, 2 out front, negative 1.5 in, rear, 7 angle, soften, all the way. And this is where the biggest difference comes in between mid-engine and rear-engine cars. For front engines, I set the front higher. So I would go about 4.8 and 4.3, somewhere around there. And it's just like the other two cars, I will half it, make the bump stiffness half it as the rear, rebound, just like that. And then continue with the same 0%, 30, 100, 100. Standing burnout. Gearing seems pretty good. I think I might have hit it the nail on the money. Hit the nail on the head right off the back. Let's see if I can do a 360. I've been practicing. And that's how I tune my drift cars. If you like the video, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Uh, if y'all want, I can show y'all how I do my drag cars. I don't know how to tune circuit or off-road cars, uh, but I can tune drift and drag. So if y'all like to see my drag car tunes, uh, just let me know. Thanks for watching, and later.